Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is the one and only Samantha Farley with type 1 diabetes. I was diagnosed February 18th, 2021. So it is almost my 2-year anniversary. It is coming up here in a few weeks, which is absolutely insane. But if you're new here, I'm so happy to have you. Welcome. Join our community. If you've been watching for over a year, you rock. Thanks for continuing to watch my videos. You guys are awesome. Like, really, you guys are sweet. So anyway, today I want to talk about one little thing that I have been dealing with type 1 diabetes, and I'm curious to hear if you also deal with this with your diabetes. Let's get into it. Before I dive deep into diabetes, I have a couple updates. Number one, if you are wanting a special gift on your diversity, which you should, because everyone should be celebrating their diversity, make sure to head to type1tribe.com. There will be a pop-up. Make sure to enter your information there, and you will get a special gift on your diversity. So very exciting stuff. And the second update I have is if you go to type1tribe.com, you should grab our free blood sugar stabilizing tool. What that is, it's basically a graphic that explains the difference between fiber, protein, starch, veggies, all of that, and how each carb affects your blood sugar. This is really important, obviously, because we have to manage our blood sugars. And so it breaks it down in what I think a very, very clear way. And it really helped me when I was first diagnosed understand what I'm supposed to eat and how it all works together and what's good for me, what's not good for me, what is going to hit me in 4 hours, what's going to hit me in 1 hour, what's going to hit me in 10 minutes. This is all really important information. And so you can go ahead and grab that tool also on the website. You'll see at the top, there is a tab that says grab our free tool, and it will be the blood sugar tool. So make sure to grab that there as well. So those are the two updates that I had for you today. But now I want to dive into blood sugars and diabetes. So I did a podcast on this, and it's similar, but it's a different conversation. But I wanted to create a YouTube video on it as well, because it's a really important topic that I don't think I'm the only one that goes through with this issue. So the question I have for you is, are you apologetic or unapologetic about your diabetes? Now, what do I mean by that? What does that mean, Samantha? Well, another way to ask it is, are you apologizing about your diabetes to your friends and family? When something happens, are you saying, I'm sorry, but blah, 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 or I'm sorry, this has happened? And I want to give you an example of a situation that this happened to me recently that I caught myself doing it. And it's hard to not say sorry for me. And let me tell you the story. So I went to Vail. I live in Colorado, and I went to Vail, the ski mountain, with 8 of my friends, or there were 8 of us total, so 6 other people. And Ian and I went with them. My friend won a cool Airbnb up in the mountains through work, and he invited us to come, which was really, really cool. The way the Airbnb was set up is there were 3 bedrooms, but there were 8 of us. So one of the bedrooms had 2 queen beds. And because we are closest with the group, Ian and I stayed with our friend Greg. He had the other bed on the other side of the room. However, this gave me a lot of anxiety, okay? And I don't know if this is how you all feel if you were put in this situation or if it's just me, but I wanted to talk about it. I'm totally fine with sharing another room. Like, we got a free Airbnb, that's awesome. The reason I had a bunch of anxiety is because of my Dexcom beeping. That's not a common thing that everyone has to go through, but it is for diabetics. And so I was having a lot of anxiety around sharing a room with somebody else and my Dexcom beeping in the middle of the night. I had a fear that either my blood sugar was going to be high or my blood sugar was going to be low, and my Dexcom would beep and end up, waking him up and then irritating him. And I mean, the Dexcom beeps are so loud, thank God, because it needs to save our life. But when you're staying with other people who don't understand what you're going through, it can be really, really stressful. I just remember we got there in the morning, and We like put our bags down. That entire day, I was stressed. I was stressed because I knew that my Dexcom might beep. I know it kind of sounds silly because I shouldn't care. I shouldn't care. It's literally life or death for me to have my Dexcom beeping, but I don't want to be pain in the butt with my friends. Like, I don't want to be that person that they're like, Samantha's Dexcom was going off in the middle of the night and she woke me up, blah, blah, blah. Like, I just don't want to be that person. It's not my style. I don't like attention. And I think just having my Dexcom there and knowing that was happening was really just giving me anxiety. Now, I did talk to our friend Greg about it. I said, hey, I'm so sorry, but I just want to let you know I wear my Dexcom. It might beep at me in the middle of the night if my blood sugars are high or low. He was totally cool with it. He was like, whatever. Like, I don't care. I'm a deep sleeper. I don't care. It's totally fine if your Dexcom beeps. And after that, it did make me feel a little bit better, but still, there's something there that I'm like, oh, I just wish I didn't have diabetes, and I wish I didn't have this Dexcom that would be beeping in the middle of the night. So after he said, like, no problem, it did make me feel better. But what I noticed is I was saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, because I don't want to bother other people. But here's the thing, I shouldn't be sorry. I shouldn't be sorry. It is what it is. If it helps me live, then it is what it is, right? I should not be apologizing for it. I should be proud to be wearing a Dexcom. I should be proud that there's a tool out there that can save my life in the middle of the night if it has to. But I still notice that I apologize a lot. That's just one example. Another example to give you that might be more related to your life is, with me and my friends in the summer, we tend to go hiking a lot. Well, of course, that's exercise. And if we go hiking in the middle of the day after I eat something, that means insulin is in my body, which means most likely my blood sugars will drop at some point. This past summer, we went camping with a bunch of our friends and we went hiking, and there was probably 8 of us hiking. My blood sugars dropped and everyone had to stop for about 15 minutes. 8 people had to stop because my blood sugars dropped. There I go again. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. My blood sugar's dropped. We have to sit here for 15 minutes. I'm so sorry. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to apologize, because it's okay to feel bad like that is happening. But you should also not be saying sorry, because this is your life, right? It is what it is. We have to do these things to take care of ourselves. And if you have friends that don't respect you or don't fully understand this process or get angry, shame on them, because this is your life and it keeps you alive, and shame on them if you have to sit down for 15 minutes. I mean, if they want to keep going, go. Like, whatever the case may be, I'll meet you there. But thankfully, I have a great group of friends that did stop and wait with me for 15 minutes. And this could have been all in my head, but I felt like they were getting annoyed. Like, is it time yet? Like, can we go? But it's hard because nobody understands what we're actually going through. Nobody understands that we actually have to wait for 15 minutes until our blood sugars start to rise again, or I could die. Like, people don't understand that. And so I catch myself apologizing all the time because of this situation. Sometimes I get mad at myself because I don't want to apologize. I want to be like, guess what? This is me. Get over it. Like, I don't even care. I shouldn't even have to tell people that this is the case. At least that's the way how I feel about it. Like, if I need to stop, I'm stopping, right? And usually that's my personality. But I also don't like to annoy other people or bother other people or make it inconvenient for other people. And I feel like that's what diabetes does sometimes. So my question for all of you is, are you apologetic about your diabetes? Or do you say, screw you, this is me, I have diabetes, and sometimes I have to do things that sucks? If you have a good tool for this, or something that you even maybe tell yourself in these scenarios to help you get through it, I'd love to know, because I catch myself apologizing all the time. And then later on I get mad because I'm like, why am I apologizing? I shouldn't have to apologize about this disease. So let me know what you guys think and how you do it yourself and how you handle it. I know there's good days and bad days, right? Some days you're like, screw you. And then there's other days when you're like, I'm so sorry, my diabetes, it sucks. So just let me know how you handle it, because I would love any tips and tricks that you do that for. I really would. Thanks for watching this. I can't wait to see you guys next week in the next video. If you haven't checked out the Type 1 Tribe podcast, make sure to do that. It's just Type 1 Tribe on Spotify. I basically talked about the same thing here, but it is a different audio. So feel free to listen to that one too. All right, guys, thanks so much. See ya.